Is it useful to visit IT conferences? Welcome to a new episode of the Get Shit Done in IT podcast. Today I want to talk about if it is useful to visit tech conferences. So there are a lot of tech conferences out there. Usually maybe you can spend each day on a different conference to visit and to see sessions and so on. But mainly it makes sense, in my opinion, to visit a few, definitely, but to pick out those with sessions you like, with topics you like, maybe with speakers you like. So you also need time to implement those new things you learn at IT conferences. So first thing is, in my opinion, make sure you only visit those conferences, those sessions, those listen to those speakers which talk about topics you are interested in. There are different types of conferences: day conferences, evening conferences, cafes, online, on-site, multiple day conferences. So free conferences, paid conferences, so whatever you prefer or like. But in my opinion, it's really helpful to communicate with others, to see how others solved any problems or used any products you like. So in my case, mainly be part of Microsoft conferences, so about Microsoft technologies. So I cannot know everything. So I'm here since more than 20 years in IT, and definitely I don't know everything. Yeah. And so I mainly visit conferences as a speaker. And I also try to listen to other sessions because I want to learn something I'm interested in. And my goal is to at least have one thing I learn in a conference, in a session. There might be sessions out there about the same topic I talk, maybe about the same specific topic I talk mainly about, but I'm sure that the other person made other experiences, so they will tell me different things that I know. So each session will have something new for you. So it is really useful to visit conferences, to see sessions, and just to hear other experiences from speakers, and of course to talk with other attendees. So talk with other attendees about the specific topic in that session, in that conference, what their experience is. Maybe you're facing an actual problem and want to look for a solution. Talk to the attendees. There might be attendee parties, evening events, dinner, or whatever. So talk to them, ask them the questions, ask the speakers, so you can learn something. As I said, I mostly visit conferences as a speaker, so I like to speak. And that is not only for me, but I think also for a lot of other speakers I know and talk with. We as a speaker don't know everything. We don't know the topic perfectly. We just want to share our experience, what we learned, our passion about a specific topic. So right now I'm talking a lot about PowerShell and Graph API and automation. And I do this daily since many, many years, but I definitely don't know everything. So I'm not standing in front of the audience with that mind knowing everything. I just want to share my experience, my story about that specific topic. And I really like when someone is in there telling me they did it in a different way so I can learn when I'm standing here as a speaker. So don't be afraid of, don't have that mindset of, I know everything. What should a conference teach me, or what should I learn? There's definitely enough topics and things you can learn on the conference, and just talking with other people, how they solve the specific problem, how they solve the specific challenge or whatever. So don't be too to be in that mind. I know everything. What should they tell me? There is no one knows everything. Okay, so everyone is making different experiences, different things, different solutions. So go out open-minded on conferences and just listen to speakers, to other attendees, and ask your questions what you want to know. And when it comes to speaker, I really love having a conversation with my attendees during my session. So I don't like sessions coming in, speak 50 minutes, go out and never talk to any attendees. I really like that someone raises his hand and asks me questions during the session, but the same after the session. So I can understand when you don't want to be on the recording, for example, or don't want to ask questions in front of all the attendees. But don't be afraid to go to the speaker after the session, put him aside and ask him the questions. We really love to talk with attendees, talk about their questions. So don't be afraid and take the time to ask the speaker your questions or your specific need, or maybe a feedback to the session. I really would like to have a feedback of the attendees, how they like the session. Maybe they want to see different things in more detail. Maybe we can skip different things. So give an honest and real feedback to the speakers. We really appreciate that. But don't blame the speaker for bad food or something like for conferences. So the speakers are not responsible for the food. So I had one conference a year ago. I had a bad feedback because the food was too less and not good. And my session feedback was about the bad food. Speakers can do a lot, but we are not responsible for the food. And maybe keep in mind, we speakers travel to the conferences on our own expensive, on our own cost. We don't get paid for this. So maybe keep that in mind. We do that because we love to talk about that specific topic. But no, that's not the main topic about the podcast today. So in summary, yes, definitely visit your conferences. Maybe you like specific brands of conferences. There are a lot of conferences doing every year. So if you like the concept, visit the conferences. Choose your conferences based on the topic, on the topics of the session, or maybe there's a specific conference to a specific topic you like, or maybe you just like a speaker and you want to just listen to what he's saying. So choose your conferences wisely and try to have also time to implement those things you learn on the conferences. Be open-minded. So go to the speaker, ask them questions, go to the other attendees and ask questions. And the third thing is, why not be a speaker yourself? So there might be people out there that don't like to speak or talk about anything. That's okay. But don't use it as an excuse. You don't know enough about a topic to talk about. As I said in the beginning, I think all the other speakers, at least those I talk to and know about, they don't know everything about a specific topic. They just like to talk about their experience. So don't get it as an excuse you don't know much about a specific topic. So if you want to be a speaker, you can start small in virtual conferences. So you don't have the situation of a lot of people as eyes looking at you. So you have a virtual conference. Or you can do so small cafes or evening events where you sit on a table together. You don't need to stand in front. You sit on the table and talk about. So that's not the situation of being in front of many eyes. So you can start easily as your own on your own as a speaker. And if you like it and enjoy it, then go step by step. Go to bigger conferences. But I think also as a speaker, you can learn a lot because you need to prepare. Yes, it is a lot of time you need to put in to prepare a session, definitely. but you also learn a lot. So every session I did in the past years, I learned a lot during preparation because I saw that might be a different way to do it, and I want to tell the people the differences. So I need to learn and understand what the difference is. So I need to learn more to talk about. So you can also you can also be a speaker and learn, of course, about the topic. So that can also be a reason. So to summarize, because we already have 10 minutes and this podcast should not be much longer than this. Yes, get your conferences, choose your conferences wisely, be open-minded. No person knows everything in IT. And I know we IT people are shy, but talk to people, go to them, ask them questions. Maybe you have a problem, ask them. Go to the speakers. We would love to chat with you as the attendees. So ask the speakers about any topics. Be open-minded, and maybe consider being your speaker yourself. So it is fun. It makes fun. You get a lot of connections to other people, and maybe one of those connections will help you to solve any problems, or maybe to get a better job in the future. So be open-minded and go to conferences. If you have any questions for this podcast, I would love to have your questions on LinkedIn. So you can send me a message on LinkedIn. You can send me a voice message, a text message, whatever you like. But please contact with me on LinkedIn, and see you at the next episode. Thank you and bye-bye.